that part of the story. Being told.
Those stars, man. Oh, man.
What's fucking playing right now? Stop it. Don't criticize how he's playing. It's a good running line. Okay, so no one has been like this. So can I get you on that ride? Maybe yes?
Sounds on, you can hear it all the way down.
If not, I can ask my mom.
Because it's going down.
Well, I'd say it depends, like, when.
Dick was a fan for every kid in that game. This game for American Rugby is sponsored by the Section 1 Officials Association. Thank you everyone for attending.
Live from Manchester Field on the campus of Mamaroneck High School, this is high school baseball. Today it's the Mamaroneck Tigers against the White Plains Tigers in a rematch of yesterday's game that White Plains won in extra innings. Alongside Stephen Estes, I am Seth Rothman here. And Steve, these are two of the best teams in Section 1 going at it back-to-back days. Yesterday's game went extra innings. Today we're under a beautiful sunsplash day and should be another fantastic day for baseball.
Yes, Seth, we have a fantastic matchup between two Tiger teams for the second annual Kittle Cup. And yes, it really was an exciting game yesterday that the White Plains Tigers were able to pull off a walk-off victory in their home end of this home-and-home matchup, and you know the Mamaroneck is just licking their chops looking for revenge here today.
All right, as we watch Bijan Anvar warm up, he will be starting for Mamaroneck. Let's take it through the White Plains order. Teddy Hauser will lead off and play third. Declan Bruton is the shortstop. He bats second. Johnny Myers, the right fielder, bats third. Chris McGuire is the catcher. He will clean up. Derek Diaz is the designated hitter for Spencer Angletta. Jake Dorchak is in left. Mark Kent will be the pitcher. He bats seventh. Jesse Alfala, the second baseman, bats eighth. And Mason Lang will play center field, and he rounds out the order. Let's take you around the Mamaroneck defense. We already told you about Anvar pitching. Zach Cringdon will be behind the plate. Third to first, it's Joey Casper. Ryan McIntyre at short. Alex Boswell at second. And Isaac Elias at first. Simon Worth in left. George Pavemba is in center field, and Mac Morgan is the right fielder here as we are just about set to go. Mamaroneck 14-1 on the season, White Plains 10-3. As we said, yesterday's game, a 6-5 White Plains win in 8 innings. Teddy Hauser is getting set to step up to the plate to get things underway here. Mid-80s, beautiful, barely a cloud in the sky today. And Steve mentioned the Kittle Cup, 2nd annual. They first played it in 2019. And we are set to go here at Mamaroneck High School. Anvar, the righty, is set to get us underway, and the first pitch is low for ball 1.
So much gusto in that pitch, Seth. His hat came off. Of course, he's sporting a full salad on top. The whole team bleached their hair for the season as a show of solidarity.
1-0 was an off-speed pitch, high, 2-0.
The field is packed with college commits.
3-0 the count.
With Cringdon, Casper, Anvar, McIntyre all headed on to play college baseball.
We have 3-0 on its way from Anvar. It is high, ball 4, so Hauser works a 4-pitch walk to get us underway.
Unfortunately, the best of the bunch, Chris DeVito, who is headed to the University of Richmond next season to play Division I baseball, a 3-sport star for Mamaroneck, is struggling a little bit with a minor heel injury he suffered a few days ago, and he looks to be back in the lineup soon enough.
So Declan Bruton up next here for White Plains. There's the first strike of the game, a fastball in there.
Anvar saw a little action yesterday, Seth. He went into left field for the arm, defensive purposes, but it ended up being inconsequential.
B&O 1 on its way from Anvar.
Anvar looking a little loose with his delivery here in the early going, Seth. He's got to rein that in. He doesn't want to get himself in first inning trouble. His velocity has really improved in the past few seasons. He's hitting the upper 80s now with regularity.
1-1 on its way. Strike 2 in there. And the count's 1-2.
He sits about 85. He's reached 87 at certain points this season. As you also know, some of you viewers out there may know, they had a 17-game preseason.
Anvar throws over to first.
And they were equally dominant in that preseason, going 14-2-1, with their only losses in that preseason to R.C. Ketchum, who is right behind them in the season standings.
Another throw back. Elias applies the tag.
Elias also in discussions to try and walk on to the Franklin and Marshall Diplomats baseball team, which had a fantastic season of their own this year. McIntyre at shortstop, a 4-year starter for Mamaroneck, right up there with DeVito as the best athlete on the team, also a star on the basketball court. Will be headed to Amherst.
Be a 1-2 off-speed pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 away.
It's Anvar's ability to mix up his velocity, Seth, which really it makes him as effective as he is. It harkens back to Truman Devitt, who just finished up his collegiate career at Muhlenberg as the poster child for perseverance and stick-to-itiveness. Not the most dominant pitchers in the Little League circuit, but they kept working on it.
The left-handed batter, Johnny Myers, takes a called strike.
Seems to have found his groove now here, Seth.
After Anvar walked the first batter on 4 pitches, he's gone first pitch strike to the last 2. No contact afternoon so far. 0-1, 1 out, 1 on, and Anvar will throw back over. Diving back in is the runner, Teddy Hauser. You know, 1 on its way. It's in the dirt. Runner will take off. Throwing over is Cringdon, and he is out at second base.
You would think that they would have gotten enough of a look at Zach Cringdon's arm yesterday to have known not to gamble on a situation like that, but the runner just must not have realized that Crington blocked the ball so effectively and kept it in front of him. Great throw down to second.
So now 2 outs and nobody on after the caught stealing. Tag applied by McIntyre, and that pitch just missed. I think it was outside, and the count's 2-2. The pitch, so it'll be the count's now 2-1. The scoreboard was wrong a moment ago. There's a swing and a miss, strike 2. So now the count's 2-2 with 2 outs as Anvar looks to work through the first inning.
That pitch looked like it had some nasty movement on it. The batter Myers just swung right through it, looked fooled from the jump on that one.
Anvar trying to set White Plains down here in the first. 2-2, 2 out. Swinging a ground ball just behind the plate, foul. We'll do it again. So Myers just getting a piece of it. Bijan Anvar getting set for the 2-2 delivery. Swinging a ground ball hit towards short. McIntyre is there. Side retired. So Anvar works around the leadoff walk. No runs, no hits, no errors. And after the caught stealing, no one left on. We've played a half. It is White Plains nothing, and Mamaroneck is coming to bat.
Large from Mamaroneck, this is your media center. Live mobile production van. In-studio recording. Podcasting. Social media. In your schools. Watching your government. With your neighbors. LMC Media. Building community through media.
Back here at Manchester Field as we take you through the Mamaroneck batting order. Leading off, George Pavembo, he is the center fielder. Joey Casper, the third baseman, bats second. Ryan McIntyre is the shortstop, he bats third. Cleaning up is the second baseman, Alex Boswell. Zach Crington, the catcher, we saw his arm a moment ago, he bats fifth for Mamaroneck. Zach Marone is the designated hitter, batting in place of Bijan Anvar, and Marone is batting sixth. Mac Morgan, the right fielder, bats seventh. Isaac Elias is the first baseman. He bats eighth. And Simon Worth is the left fielder. He will bat ninth. We'll take you around the diamond for White Plains. Mark Kent is the pitcher. And Chris McGuire will be catching him. Third to first, it's Teddy Hauser, Declan Brutton, Jesse Alfala, and Spencer Angletta. Left fielder is Jake Dorchak. Center fielder Mason Lang. And right fielder is Johnny Myers. Ryan McIntyre, we'll see him in a moment, won the Colin Ed Scholar Athlete Player of the Week. And we saw him apply a tag. We saw him make an accurate play. He's been hitting the ball very well. We'll see him batting third here for Mamaroneck coming up in just a moment after this meeting at the mound.
McIntyre's fielding and hitting has never really dipped at any point. He's gone through a few streaks here and there, but other than those minor blips, he has been the most consistent player on this roster throughout his entire high school career, and I'm sure Amherst is really excited to get their hands on that player. But first, we have George Pavemba, the lefty throwing, righty hitting, as I mentioned in the Horace Greeley game, likens to Ricky Henderson. I wonder if he refers to himself in the third person, Seth.
So Pavemba leading off against Kent, but the umpire has an issue with Kent. I believe there's something wrong with maybe something Kent is wearing. That's the only thing I can think of. They're looking at something there. You know, we did hear yesterday that Mike Schiaparelli protested that game. There was something wrong with a balk call. And immediately there's see, this leads me to believe that Shap thinks that there's something there that he wants the umpires to take a look at.
I was thinking the exact same thing, Seth. He is a master of gamesmanship in Section 1 and New York State in general. He is known far and wide for, I don't know what you would call it, pulling moves, maneuvering, jockeying, gamesmanship, whatever you want to call it.
Manager Marcel Galagani was also out there. I don't know if they were looking for a sticky substance. I'm not sure if they were looking for something that was shiny on his uniform, but that was very strange. Anyways, Kent is ready. Pavemba is ready to begin the bottom of the first. That's a ground ball hit towards the left side. It's fielded there by Brutton. He will throw across in time. 1 away. Very close play. Pavemba really busting it down the line, but he was out by about half a step.
Shortstop took an extra shuffle step before he made the throw and made the first baseman extend fully to catch it to add a little more drama to it. And speaking of drama, Seth, Marcel Galagano played for Coach Schiaparelli, graduating from Mamaroneck in '89. So,
well, these two have been longtime nemesis in Section 1 baseball, as that ball is hit high in the air towards right. Myers is ranging over. He's there to make the catch. So Joey Casper out. 2 pitches, 2 outs for Mamaroneck so far. They're trying to jump on him early, but 2 quick outs. So that'll bring McIntyre up to the plate. As we said, the Con Ed Scholar Athlete Player of the Week. We'll see if he's first pitch swinging against Kent. He does not, and it's in there for a called strike. Kent working quickly. It'll be an 0-1 off-speed pitch, curveball, swing and a miss, strike 2. Thing had a lot of breaks, started high, ended up in the dirt, and now McIntyre is down in the count 0-2. So Kent looking for a quick first inning. Swinging a high fly ball, hit in the air center field, ranging back and making the catch in the shade is Mason Lang. He was twisting and turning all which way, but is able to make the play. And Mamaroneck goes down 1-2-3. We've played one, we're still scoreless between Mamaroneck and White Plains.
Did you know you can watch LMC Media on your Roku in full high definition? Go to streaming channels and search for ScreenWeave. Install the Cablecast ScreenWeave channel. Look for the green icon. Open the channel, scroll to LMC Media, and press OK. Your device will remember your selection in the future. From within the app, you can watch all 3 of LMC's channels live. Or check out municipal and school board meetings, varsity sports, and more on demand.
Top half of the second inning about to get underway. It'll be McGuire, Diaz, and Dorchak for White Plains. And Anvar's first pitch of the inning is in there for a called strike.
McGuire also the running back for the White Plains football team. Obviously a stellar athlete. You can see that sturdy frame at the plate.
Be an 0-1 from Anvar. Swinging a ground ball down the third baseline. It's Casper. Tries to get it across the diamond, but it's not going to be in time. We will call that a base hit. So Casper bobbled it out of his glove. He recovered nicely. The throw was a bit wild, and McGuire reaches.
You're a generous scorer there, Seth. I'm sure his mother will be pleased that that is not ruled an error. I am sure she feels that he should have had it. I know Casper feels he should have had that. But no matter, we will move on.
So Derek Diaz at the designated hitter. Slide step from Anvar. Runner was going. The throw down to second base. He is in there, and the ball got away from McIntyre. And McIntyre looks like he is slow to get up. He kind of had to twist around a little bit to receive that ball and lost it out of his glove. But McIntyre back up on 2 feet now and stretching himself out. Looks like he will stay in the game. Mike Schiaparelli is not making a move to go and check on him.
I think McIntyre would have to be missing a limb before Schaap is going to come out and replace him here. And that is unfortunate because the throw was a little high. He did a great job of trying to contort his body, but McGuire was able to slide to the left side of the bag, the third base side, and avoid the tag.
Mamaroneck sussed that out too because Anvar went with the slide step. The ball was in the dirt. It was a terrible pitch to hit, as that one is ball one. Terrible pitch to hit. He had to swing at it because the hit and run was on, but still able to reach second was McGuire as that pitch is in there for a called strike, and the count's 1-2.
It's always one of those questionable moments. So the coach has given you the hit and run sign, so you have to swing, but the pitch is so far out of the zone, you end up looking foolish going after it.
We know Marcel Galligani, we know Mike Schiaparelli both like putting things in motion in their game, so we'll see a lot of that sort of thing when guys get on. Mamaroneck went down 1-2-3 in the first. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Diaz is down, strikeout number 2 of the game for Anvar, 1 out, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Jake Dorchak.
Bijan Anvar really pulled the string on that pitch nicely as the bottom dropped out just as his bat was coming into the zone.
Swing and a miss, fastball, strike 1. Well, we've seen that now since that first batter. Anvar getting ahead of pretty much every batter since then.
And he took advantage there of the maneuver of the batter in the on-deck circle, sees that slow curve, and then he blows him away with the fastball.
And there's the off-speed pitch. It got in the catcher's feet, and trying to get to third base was McGuire, and he had no chance.
Great job by Casper corralling that late throw by Cringdon. Not sure why he hesitated. Maybe he thought about throwing back to second, but then he probably remembered his little league training that you never throw behind the runner advancing, and so he threw over to third, and Casper applied the tag, but ended up being right in the groin of McGuire.
Well, it looked like McGuire wasn't, he sort of stutter stepped for a moment. I think he thought the ball went to the backstop.
Right. And
then as soon as Cringdon got up, you realize, no, it was right under his feet, and McGuire at that point had no chance. And the 0-2 pitch, the check swing, grounded toward third. Casper fields, fires on the run, got him to end the inning. So White Plains strands a leadoff single. We've played 1.5, no runs for either team so far.
Do you have a great idea for a YouTube video or a short film, but don't know how to make it happen? LMC Media has what you need. Our equipment cage is stocked with professional quality cameras, tripods, lighting, sound, cabling, and more. Our 768 square foot studio features a full lighting grid, wraparound green screen, teleprompter, TriCaster, and high definition cameras. To reserve equipment, contact us at reserve@lmcmedia.org.
The LMC Media Production Van is a fully equipped mobile production unit. This custom-built van has cutting-edge professional video and telecommunications technology, high-definition cameras, and accommodates a full production crew. Interviews and events can be easily live-streamed from remote locations to the LMC cable channels and social media. This mobile unit allows for broadcasting from anywhere in our tri-municipal community and beyond. Sporting events, graduations, concerts, festivals, parades, and more. The LMC Media Production Van is ready to go whenever you need it.
Bottom half of the second inning about to get underway here at Manchester Field. We are still scoreless. It'll be Alex Boswell, Zach Cringdon, Zach Marone to bat for Mamaroneck against Mark Kent after Mamaroneck went down 1-2-3 in the first, looking for their first base runner. Ball one to lead off the inning to Boswell.
Boswell has been on fire of late for Mamaroneck. Hit a home run a few games ago against Dobbs Ferry.
1-0 is high, 2-0.
Moving his way all the way into the cleanup spot here.
Swinging a rip into right field. That'll get down for a base hit. The first hit of the game for Mamaroneck. Boswell reaches. So that will bring Cringdon up to bat for Mamaroneck. He has already had a busy afternoon behind the plate, throwing out two base runners, nearly throwing out a third one as well.
Cringdon with the single most exciting at-bat of the season so far with a walk-off two-run home run here, hitting the facade over the fence in left field to beat Rye 6-4.
So a couple of hard hit balls so far from Mamaroneck. That's another one, a liner right back to third. It was caught by the third baseman Hauser, who threw back to first, but Boswell got in there. Boy, Mamaroneck hitting the ball hard now so far, these last three hitters, but Cringdon hit it to the wrong spot as it Hauser was a little bit of look what I found.
Yeah, Seth, all you can ask for as a baseball player is to hit it hard somewhere. Can't really be too concerned with the end result. They definitely have figured out Kent here so far in the second.
So the DH Marone will be up next for Mamaroneck. He takes one inside for ball one. Couple of wispy clouds out there, mid-80s. It is a spectacular afternoon for baseball. Glad you're with us. Live on LMC Media, streaming on lmcmedia.org and also on the LMC Varsity Sports YouTube page. Wherever you're watching us, we thank you for being here. Seth Rothman, Stephen Astis with you. Kent throws over to first once again.
And a little more pomp and circumstance for the Kittle Cup, Seth. We have Spencer Wolf on as the PA announcer here at Manchester Field, introducing the batting order and the pitching.
It's good to see things getting back to normal after the last 13 or 14 months that we've had in this area.
In the world.
Yeah, it's true. Swing and a fly ball. Runner was going. It's into the left center field gap. It's way back to the wall, and it's gone! A two-run homer for Zach Marone puts Mamaroneck in front. It's 2-0.
A gargantuan shot from Marone into the left center field. Track area just getting over the wall about 385 feet away. Just a beautiful blast from the DH.
You do not see a lot of balls hit out to that track and field area back there. And Marone powers up to put Mamaroneck in front. That thing had the sound too.
It definitely did, and I've got to tell you a little insight here, Seth, as Mac Morgan's now up.
He swings through the fastball.
after a walk-off loss to this White Plains team yesterday, and the ball finding gloves on the first few at-bats, you could definitely see how Mamaroneck might start to get a little on edge and get a little tight. So to have that blast give them that 2-run advantage, that could be exactly what Anvar needs to sort of settle in and really dominate this White Plains batting order.
Well, we said it too, they were starting to hit the ball hard, and they had a couple of ropes hit right at guys earlier in these first 2 innings, as that one is popped up behind second base, kind of the Bermuda's Triangle out there, but Jesse Alfala there to make the catch 2 away.
Morgan got trapped, a little stuck in between, because he realized there was a breaking ball that was probably going to drop in for a strike. He ended up going after it and hitting it when it was up high, way out of the zone. But that is the tricky thing, Seth, about high school umping, is that very well could have dropped in and been called a strike, even though it was crossing the zone up high.
So the left-handed hitting Elias will step up to the plate now with 2 outs, nobody on, and he again jumping on the first pitch. It is down the left field line, ranging over in foul ground is Dorchak to make the catch and end the inning. So Mamaroneck still trying to get it done early in these at-bats, so that time did not work out. However, they do score 2 runs on 2 hits, including the Zach Marone home run. Mamaroneck up 2-0 after 2.
The LMC Media Production Van is a fully equipped mobile production unit. This custom-built van has cutting-edge professional video and telecommunications technology, high-definition cameras, and accommodates a full production crew. Interviews and events can be easily live-streamed from remote locations to the LMC cable channels and social media. This mobile unit allows for broadcasting from anywhere in our tri-municipal community and beyond. Sporting events, graduations, concerts, festivals, parades, and more. The LMC Media Production Van is ready to go whenever you need it.
Leading off the 3rd inning, the pitcher number 9,
Top half of the 3rd inning about to get underway here at Mamaroneck High School. Mamaroneck leading 2-0. Can't say Tigers today, Steve. It is we have dueling Tigers in this game, so we got to be very careful on the broadcast today. Mark Kent, the pitcher, will lead it off here in the top of the 3rd inning. Alfala and Lang will follow. 7-8-9 for White Plains, and Anvar's first pitch is line to right. There is Mac Morgan positioned perfectly. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Good job by Morgan taking the first step back on the crack of that bat. Definitely looked to jump off the bat with some pace, and then he realized he was in proper position, as he pointed out. Became an easy can of corn for him.
2 strikeouts so far for Anvar. Mamaroneck yet to register a strikeout at the plate. Alfala swings and tips it foul.
Yes, we've broadcast several Mamaroneck versus White Plains games, so the tricky tiger tongue twister is in effect, so we just have to leave it alone. And if you think this is difficult, try calling a hockey game between Mamaroneck and White Plains. Those 2 words don't roll easily off the tongue
in
a fast-paced game like that.
Been there, done that, as the count's 2-1.
Seth, yeah, definitely.
Mamaroneck 14-1 on the season. Their only loss this year yesterday against White Plains, a walk-off loss in 8 innings. 6-5 was the final of that one. So Tigers, the Mamaroneck Tigers, looking to get back on the winning track, as that one is hit to right center, ranging over and leaping up to make the catch is Morgan. 2 away.
Morgan has been manning the outfield for the Mamaroneck program for several years, dating all the way back to the early days of Little League. So he is very comfortable out there, as is Pavemba and Worth. For that matter, I believe they've all spent their entire baseball careers manning the outfield.
Anvar's first pitch to Lang is in there. Fastball, strike one. So Anvar trying to face the minimum through 3. He's given up a walk to lead off the first and a single to lead off the second. Both runners were caught stealing. Lang takes the bunt back. Ball 1.
You saw a little bit of insight and scouting there from Schiaparelli as he motioned to Casper to come play the bunt for the second pitch of the at-bat, and sure enough, he did square the bunt for a moment.
Be a 1-1 on its way from Anvar. It is low, ball 2.
And he now has Casper with his heels on the inside grass, infield grass.
Yeah, we've seen Casper in a little bit for most of the game. Mamaroneck trying to guard against those bunts. The 2-1 delivery. Swings away, pops it up in the air behind second base. Coming in is Morgan to make the catch, so he ties the record held by many. 3 putouts in the inning. Mamaroneck puts White Plains down in order. We've played 2.5. It's Mamaroneck 2, White Plains nothing on LMC Media.
The LMC Media production van is a fully equipped mobile production unit. This custom-built van has cutting-edge professional video and telecommunications technology, high-definition cameras, and accommodates a full production crew. Interviews and events can be easily live-streamed from remote locations to the LMC cable channels and social media. This mobile unit allows for broadcasting from anywhere in our tri-municipal community and beyond. Sporting events, graduations, concerts, festivals, parades, and more. The LMC Media production van is ready to go whenever you need it.
Bottom half of the third inning about to get underway at Mamaroneck High School. Simon Worth, then George Pavemba and Joey Casper will bat for Mamaroneck as they lead it 2-0 against Mark Kent.
Schiaparelli putting Worth in the 9 spot here as a sort of second leadoff hitter with his contact hitting and speed. Getting him on the base paths creates another run RBI opportunity.
Strike 1.
For hitters like Boswell, Casper, and Cringdon and McIntyre.
Beto 1 on its way from Kent, and it is a looper that stays above the strike zone for ball 1.
That looked very similar to the ball that Pavemba put up in the air. Worth able to lay off it.
Kent working quickly, the 1-1 pitch, swinging a foul straight back, 1-2.
Good cut there by the left fielder. Had a home run, his first home run in the big field in the preseason.
The 1-2 delivery is low for ball 2. And White Plains, I think their dugout wanted that one. So 2-2 the count to Worth. Is popped up right back here. Look out, Steve. Right in front of us.
Almost got a souvenir. I should have reached over the railing.
Just can't break the headset, that's the only thing.
There's too much expensive equipment all around me.
We'll do it again.
Here it comes.
And he does it once again, but this time it is popped up and it's going to go onto the track. No real danger up here in the broadcast position. I think he's aiming for us.
I tell you, the former captain, now Notre Dame student, Adamo's father, Anthony Adamo, was right on that, and he let it drop.
You got to make that play. It'll be a 2-2 on its way. Swing at a tip foul.
Good job from Simon Worth there, fighting off that breaking ball. Looked like it might have dropped in for strike 3. Better to pound that into the dirt and live for another pitch.
2-2 the count to the leadoff hitter, Simon Worth, the number 9 hitter in the Mamaroneck order. And he will line it back behind the plate, foul. So good at bat here by Worth, 4 straight foul balls now. As he tries to stay alive against Mark Kent, the White Plains pitcher, in his 3rd inning. 3-2 the count.
Great job to work the count full here against Kent.
The payoff on its way, and it's grounded towards 3rd, fielded there by Hauser. He will throw across, it bounces, and it's not in time.
He beats that out straight for an infield single, although the ball did get through the first baseman, so an errant throw doesn't go in the book because he beat the throw cleanly. Good job at the speedster in the 9th spot to get on base, just as we discussed.
So 2nd straight inning, Mamaroneck has the leadoff hitter on. That'll bring up George Pavemba, the center fielder, grounded out to short to begin the bottom of the 1st inning. It was first pitch swinging 2 there, if memory serves. Mamaroneck been doing a lot of that so far in this game. So Worth leading off first. We'll see if Mike Chaparelli puts anybody in motion. That ball in the dirt for ball 1. Worth staying put.
Worth definitely had a healthy lead there, Seth, as he had to dive back in full body length just to get his hand back on the bag. So that tells me they're looking to get him to 2nd.
1-0 on its way, and that ball is hit high in the air, deep to left field, and it's going to stay in the ballpark and be caught by Dorchak for out number 1. So Pavemba giving it a ride, and it falls just shy of the wall, out number 1 of the bottom of the 3rd.
To give a little credit to the leadoff center fielder there, Seth, I don't know that it fell short of the wall. It looked like his glove was up above the crossbar of that fencing and might have been out if he wasn't there to make the catch.
It's tough to see depth perception where we are.
He definitely was up against the fence, that is for certain. It's just a question of where that ball was as it was crossing the plane, so to speak.
So Joey Casper will be batting next for Mamaroneck. The number 2 hitter flew out to right in the 1st inning as another throw over to 1st, and Worth dives back in head first.
Casper with a 3-run shot of his own a few days ago to get the scoring going and retake the lead.
Mamaroneck up 2-0 here in the 3rd inning on the home run by Zach Marone, a 2-run shot to center field. Another throw back to 1st, and once again, Worth has to dive back in. It'll be a 1-0. Inside 2-0. Ball got away from the catcher, McGuire, for just a moment, but Worth stays at first.
He thought about it for a second, but he didn't get a good jump, and he saw that the ball didn't really get too far away from McGuire. So a wise move by Worth to scamper back to the bag.
It'll be a 2-0 on its way, and that one is lined to left, ranging over the left fielder, who cannot make the shoestring play. That was Dorchak out there. Headed for third is Worth. He will stop there. It's going to be a double for Joey Casper, and Mamaroneck is set up.
Great job of hitting from Joey Casper there as he was a little bit out in front, able to slow his bat speed down to adjust for the pitch type and keep that ball fair. Of course, he couldn't get a full swing on it, so he didn't get the power behind it he would have wanted to. But because the left fielder is playing so deep, because of the reputation of the power from this Mamaroneck lineup, he didn't have enough to get to the ball, landed about 275 feet down the left field line, and then rolled all the way to the fence for the double. But Worth had to wait at second because he was there to make the catch, and that would have been an unfortunate double play to end the inning. So Worth, unfortunately, unable to round third in time to get home. He definitely would have been nailed at the plate, Seth.
Yeah, that was a tough play by Dorchak. It was hit too hard for him to get there in time, could not make the shoestring catch. And Tigers now have runners on second and third. Long meeting here on the mound with Marcel Galagani and Mark Kent and the rest of his infield. Outfielders, though, they're staying in place. They have not moved. They're not chatting out there. A couple of taps on the shoulder for Kent, and he will stay on the mound for White Plains as Galagani strolls back into the visiting dugout.
You think they were talking about breathing out of the other eyelids, Seth? A little Bull Durham reference. Am I aging myself here? You've seen Bull Durham.
I've seen Bull Durham, but
when his dad
is
behind home plate and they have a meeting at the mound about wedding registry. Come on. All right, we'll move on.
Infield in for White Plains against McIntyre, who grounds it foul 0-1. That, I get the reference. It just came out of left field, so
sure. Any extended meeting at the mound. I'm going to date myself by quoting Bull Durham. Still the best baseball movie ever made.
Maybe later I'll find a moment to squeeze in Field of Dreams as well. The 0-1 count is to McIntyre. Single here should plate two, and he hits it off the pitcher, and they've got the runner hung up. The throw back to home plate is wild, and now everybody's going to be safe. Well, that was an adventurous play. It ricocheted off of Kent. Alfala threw home. It bounced to McGuire, and at that point, everybody was betwixt and between. So the bases are loaded. Again, we'll call that a fielder's choice.
That is a fielder's choice because the second baseman did have his hands on the ball and plenty of time to make the throw to first.
And now Galagani going to go check on Kent. I don't know where that ball got him. It definitely hit him somewhere, and whether it was the hand, whether it was something else, he does not look to be in a great deal of pain, but we're pretty far away, so.
I think it caught the webbing of his glove, and so it really was inconsequential as far as any injury concern. Of course, you might have heard from the field mic a coach imploring the second baseman to just throw the ball. He held it, he pumped, he hesitated, he thought about it. He ended up making the right play, throwing home and not throwing behind the runners. But the errant throw allowed both players to get back to their bag.
So bases loaded for Mamaroneck now. Corners are in, middle infielders in double play depth, and that pitch is outside for ball one. So it's one out with the bases loaded, so a double play would get White Plains out of the inning as they face the cleanup hitter Boswell, who roped a single to right last inning. But Mamaroneck trying to tack on now. They already lead it 2-0. And it'll be a 1-0 delivery on its way. Curveball is in there for a called strike.
A lot of off-speed pitches from Kent this inning, trying to keep these batters who are sitting dead red from teeing off on these pitches. Of course, as I mentioned, Boswell is scorching hot, so there's no one else in this lineup you'd rather have up right now.
Two and one the count.
Kent pulling the string on both of those last two pitches. You can see Boswell trying to stay back on it.
Kent in a major jam for White Plains. That ball popped up foul. And Steve was making a run for it, but it fell about 50 feet shy of us, and I do not know where Steve was going there.
Well, you mentioned, Seth, depth perception is a hard thing to figure out, just like we couldn't tell if that ball was going over the fence off Pavemba's bat. That ball did look like it was going to be tailing back towards us, and I just wanted to be ready, so I dropped my iPad. Apple product be damned.
The 2-2 is a ground ball toward first. They will come home for the first out. That's all they'll get. So Boswell grounds into the fielder's choice. And bases remain loaded, but Mamaroneck unable to scratch across a run there. Nice play by Angletta to come home with it. But they were not going to be able to turn two, so that will bring up Cringdon, who lined out to third in the second inning.
Engler didn't even seem to really hesitate much, but everyone on the bases, some of the faster players they have. That's one of the things about Mamaroneck is they really have so few weaknesses. They have speed on the bases, they have heavy bats in the batter's box, they have solid gloves in the field and strong arms to make plays.
So Englert able to make the play there. 2 outs now with the bases loaded for Cringdon. And he looks at a pitch that just creases the lower part of the strike zone, and the count's 0-1. This is a big moment in this ball game.
You got to figure Cringdon is licking his chops. He definitely has home run power, and his swing doesn't have to change much to go deep.
It'll be an 0-1 on its way. Is swing and hit down the right field line, but it is curving foul. The count's 0-2.
The fence is a little bit deeper in the right field corner, 325, as compared to the left field short porch, so to speak, is 302. It's 400 to straightaway center field as the track is nearly a square.
Well, we saw one go about 400 feet earlier when Marone hit one. He's on deck for Mamaroneck as they try and scratch across the run. The 0-2 is outside, 1-2.
It's a tough thing to do with an 0-2 count, Seth, is to leave that pitch outside. Umps really love to call the outside strike in the high school level.
So a good eye there by Cringdon to lay off it. And now the 1-2 delivery on its way from Kent, swinging a chopper towards third. It's fielded there by Hauser. He steps on the bag, side retired, and White Plains escapes a bases loaded 1-out jam. We've played 3, Mamaroneck 2, White Plains nothing, live on LMC Media.
LMC Media's YouTube channel is where you can connect to your community. You can easily find your favorite videos in a playlist or keyword search. Videos are added daily relating to your community, weekly updates, talk shows.
Welcome to another community conversation. I'm Michael Witch for LMC Media.
How-tos, and municipal meetings. Stay connected through video. Check it out and subscribe.
Top half of the 4th inning about to get underway here at Mamaroneck High School. Mamaroneck Tigers leading it 2-0. That is a swear jar contribution every time I say Tigers without identifying the school name. Mamaroneck up 2-0 here in the top half of the 4th. Hauser, Brutton, and Myers will be batting for White Plains against Anvar, who has looked very good through 3 innings. Hauser walked and was caught stealing in the first, and he looks at a pitch that is just outside. 1-0 the count. That was one that Cringdon framed it for quite a while. Wanted to give the home plate umpire time to change his decision, but that is not the sort of thing that happens with baseball umpires. So it'll be a 1-0 on its way from Anvar. That is low. 2-0 the count. Hauser walked on 4 pitches. He has not seen a strike yet in 2 at-bats. And the 2-0 delivery, first strike is swung on, grounded up the middle and through into center field. That's a base hit. So Hauser, the leadoff single, White Plains has had the leadoff runner on in 3 of the 4 innings. They have yet to score against Anvar as Declan Brutton will step up to the plate. He struck out swinging in the first inning.
Brings up an interesting statistic, Seth. In the major leagues, in the past 100 years, when the leadoff hitter gets on base, they score over 80% of the time. You figure in the minors, it's even higher. College, higher than that. So high school, you got to figure it's up somewhere in the 90s. So for Mamaroneck to have been able to get out of each of those jams without allowing a run is truly impressive.
But you also wonder, will their luck change at some point as the 1-0 pitch is a line, frozen rope to second, double play ball. Boswell over to McIntyre, throws to first for the double play. A 4-6-3 double play, and that answers that question. Their luck is not changing.
And when you've got gloves like that, it is real easy to erase early inning mistakes or even non-mistakes, any base runners that may exist. Boswell is not going on to play college baseball, but that is not for a lack of opportunity. He's just such a good student, much like 2 years ago, Max McLaughlin, who's in the engineering school at Michigan.
There's a strike, 0-1.
Definitely had plenty of opportunities to play college baseball and had the ability, as did many of those players from the class of 2019. It's just often the case in Southern Westchester and Westchester in general and New York in general is, will the school that you want to attend be interested in having you play sports for them? And when you're going to such high level elite academic institutions, as many of these athletes are, it then becomes that quandary of how much do you want to play college sports? Are you willing to forego attending that school that was your dream?
That's going to get blooped into left field for a base hit for Johnny Myers. So a 2-out single by Myers. And to go back to that play by Boswell, that was not an easy play. The short hop that he fielded with ease and flipped over to McIntyre, who from there it was a bit academic, but that was not an easy play. And Mamaroneck had some trouble with errors in their last game against at White Plains, and that was a very nicely turned double play. So 2 out, 1 on for the cleanup hitter Chris McGuire, the White Plains catcher. Anvar to the plate, swinging a ground ball toward short. Tough hap, eats up McIntyre, and everybody's safe.
Well, McIntyre's had 4 years of varsity ball to learn the hops that exist on Manchester Field, but even he is susceptible to a bad hop. Played that nicely, kept it in front of him. Not sure exactly where he took that ball. It might have been off the left shoulder. Could have been the chest. But it definitely got on him quick. Good job to keep it in front of him.
So Diaz now with 2 on and 2 out. First pitch swinging, grounds one through the left side for a base hit. Rounding third is Myers. He will stop there, dives back in, but he's safe. So all of a sudden now, very quickly, the bases are loaded after Diaz goes first pitch swinging and grounds a base hit into left field. So Myers single, McGuire reaching on the E6, and now Diaz with the single loads him up for Dorchak, who grounded out to end the second inning, and Anvar in his first jam of the afternoon.
Impressive sequence there by the Mamaroneck defense as a sharp throw in from Worth in left field as he got on that ball quickly. Had the runner stop himself and go back to the bag. Casper with a great sweeping scoop, and then the throw to McIntyre, who wisely was covering third on the play, as he should be. And they almost had the runner at third, which could have ended the inning. I know that would have had The White Plains coach beside himself with frustration.
Galagani was already upset after the second inning when they had 2 guys thrown out on the bases in the first 2 innings.
Anvar definitely had the batter fooled there, but he just could not tuck that in the upper corner of the strike zone.
So it'll be a 1-0 from Anvar. Bases loaded, 2 outs, pitches high for ball 2, no place to put Jake Dorchak.
The White Plains dugout is getting very loud as they are excited, feeling the possibility of tying this up here with the base hit.
A single could do it. The 2-0 pitch is in there. Fastball called strike 1.
He was high with the first pitch, stayed high on the fastball on the second pitch, but he was able to lower his delivery there a little bit and get that in the zone for a strike.
Anvar set with the 2-1 delivery. All 3 runners take their leads. The pitch is low for ball 3. So Anvar 1 more bad one away from forcing in a run. And you certainly get the sense that this next one is going to be in the strike zone, if at all possible, for Bijan Anvar. The 3-1 pitch is a swing and a miss on the high fastball, 3-2.
I think he swung at ball 4 there, Seth.
So hard to lay off the high heat. So all 3 runners will be off with the pitch. The merry-go-round will be rolling. It'll be a 3-2 delivery from Anvar to Dorchak. He'll look the runner at second, McGuire, back.
Now that would have been just dastardly if the runner started moving and Anvar picked one of them off to end the inning.
It'll be the payoff from Anvar. Swing and a miss, strike 3, side retired. So White Plains strands, the bases loaded, and Anvar gets Dorchak swinging for strikeout number 3 of the game. We've played 3.5 at Manchester Field. It's Mamaroneck 2. It's White Plains nothing on LMC Media.
Did you know you can watch LMC Media on your Apple TV in full high definition? Go to the App Store and search for ScreenWeave. Install the Cablecast ScreenWeave channel. Look for the green icon. Open the channel, scroll to LMC Media, and press OK. Your device will remember your selection in the future. From within the app, you can watch all 3 of LMC's channels live. Or check out municipal and school board meetings, varsity sports, and more on demand.
Need technical support for your next meeting or presentation? LMC Media offers full-service meeting management virtually, in real life, or a hybrid of both. Our staff can run your meeting or webinar, set up for in-person audiences to interact, or provide a professional space for you to stream. Contact us for more information at info@lmcmedia.org.
Bottom half of the 4th inning about to get underway. What an escape back that was, as Anvar getting Dorchak swinging through the high fastball to end the top half of the 4th inning. Anvar now at 46 pitches, 29 of them strikes. He's got 3 strikeouts and 1 walk. As the first pitch to Marone was ball 1.
You've got to figure, Seth, that the White Plains team is really kicking themselves over leaving that bases loaded opportunity out on the field, and that's obviously not the first time they've left runners in scoring position, but they're only going to get so many chances against this Mamaroneck team.
Back-to-back half innings where the team loaded the bases and was unable to scratch across a run. Mamaroneck loaded them up in the bottom of the third. White Plains loads them up in the top of the fourth, and neither team able to get a run across. Mamaroneck could have taken a bigger advantage. White Plains had a chance to tie the game with a single, but unable to get it across. Now a 2-1 count to Marone. He homered earlier in this game, and he pops one up foul. Now this is one Steve can go after, but it is a little bit far away from us and bounces back onto the roof of the shed, and the count 2-2.
Got to let a lucky fan get after that one, Seth. I can't chase them all down. I've got work to do.
A 2-2 on its way in there for a called strike 3. So the curveball rings up Marone. That's the first strikeout of the game for Kent on the curveball that was just barely got the outside corner.
I empathize with Zach Marone and looking bewildered on that strike 3 called, but with the curveball, you have to figure at some point it crossed through the zone, even if it may have ended in the catcher's glove a little bit outside.
So Mac Morgan up next. He's 0 for 1 on the afternoon, and he pops one up foul and out of play.
Nearly a souvenir for his parents, who were sitting up in the esplanade above behind home plate.
Great angle to watch a ball game from up in this area here. 0-1 delivery is a swing and a chopper hit to the left side. Backhanded there by Brutton. The long throw not nearly in time. He had no chance. A one-out single for Mac Morgan. The right fielder will bring Isaac Elias up to the plate. They did a nice job here too, because back when I was a student, there were trees all up in this area, Stephen. And we used to film games up here, and that right field corner would be blocked. You just could not see anything. And they've taken all those trees out, and now you really are able to see the entire field. Makes it a much better vista here.
Well, I know there's one tree that remains that is still the bane of many former players' memory of this field. We'll get to that after this pitch.
Runner off on the pitch. Throw down to second base is going to be not in time. So a stolen base for Morgan. And now Mamaroneck has a runner on second with one out.
A slick job of sliding by Morgan there. He stayed to the right side of the bag, did a leg first slide and a nice pop-up slide to accentuate that he was in the bag, in safe before the ump could even see the tag.
The ball beat him, the tag did not. It'll be a 1-0 delivery on its way to Elias. And he swings and grounds it right back up the middle. It is fielded there, but it'll be an infield single. So Brutton fielded it, kind of slipped a little bit as he did so. And Tigers have runners on the corners, ducks on the pond once again for the number 9 hitter Worth, who singled last inning.
Great job from the shortstop to range over and get to that ball, but as you said, seemed to have lost his footing there at the last second. So as he popped up and spun to try and make the throw to first, he had to recollect and gather before he could make the throw. The tree set that I'm referring to is out in dead center field, or maybe a little bit more right center.
Safety squeeze was on there. Tigers are going to get a run, and they're going to get the out at first base as Worth was tagged out, but the run is going to score. Morgan came home. So again, we talk about Mike Schiaparelli with the squeeze play there.
Good job from Worth to get the bunt down to the right side and make sure that the runner from third, Morgan, can score. He almost was able to avoid the tag, but got him right on the back just before he got his hand in.
So Tigers flip the lineup over for Pavemba, who's 0 for 2. Bottom half of the fourth inning, Tigers now lead it by a 3-0 score. The safety squeeze is Mike Schiaparelli putting the runner in motion, and now the curveball is in the dirt, goes to the backstop. That allows Elias to get to third on the wild pitch. You know, listen, we talk every time we do a game here, Steve, we know it. Mike Schiaparelli likes to put guys in motion, likes to put pressure on the defense.
Yes.
Make them make a play. And White Plains was able to make a play, but they had to sacrifice the run.
he is always trying to put pressure on the defense and force them to make a play. As you said, oftentimes the moment becomes too big for certain players.
There's a strike, and the count's 1-1.
Just to finish my point on that tree, because you mentioned all the trees that were cleared here, Seth, that tree out in dead center field actually came into play in the sectional championships against Mayapack, as a ball was hit out there on the fly.
Chopper to the left side. It is fielded there. Tough hop. Brutton has to throw across, and he does so to end the inning. Boy, he is having a tough time out there at short today. Able to make the play there. That ends the inning. We've played 4. Mamaroneck up 3-0 on LMC Media.
My name is Sean. I'm a regular volunteer here.
Hi, I'm Paul. I'm a volunteer. Today is my very first day. I've only been here about an hour.
LMC just provides a lot of opportunities for volunteers.
This was the first opportunity I've ever had to be like in a professional news setting.
I've learned on camera, I learned post-production, I've learned everything that I could possibly learn about the world of TV and production in general.
Everybody is extremely outgoing and very helpful. I think everyone seems to have a good time when they're making the show or behind the scenes, so it's a very friendly, like, positive environment.
Every time I would come in, it would just be a whole new experience. And just all the people were just so nice and inviting.
Everybody who works at LMC, they're just great to be around. It's a great laugh. It's, it kind of feels like a family.
Top half of the 5th inning about to get underway here at Manchester Field. Mamaroneck leading White Plains by a 3-0 score in the 2nd annual Kittle Cup. Seth Rothman, Stephen Astis with you on a beautiful afternoon, a Thursday afternoon here in Mamaroneck. Glad you're with us on LMC Media, lmcmedia.org, and of course the LMC Varsity Sports YouTube page.
Leading into the wonderful Memorial Day weekend, which is a favorite for most people in our country, as we honor our veterans and the fallen soldiers. Very excited for all the barbecues and celebrations that are coming up.
First pitch from Anvar to his opposite pitcher, Mark Kent, is in there for a strike.
So, Seth, just to put a point on the tree story, a home run was hit out to that tree. It landed on a branch in fair territory. And Schiaparelli was able to get it ruled a ground rule double rather than a home run. And that ended up being the difference in the championship game. And knowing some of the players that played in that game for Mamaroneck, they still hold bitterness towards Mike Schiaparelli for that moment.
It'll be an 0-2 from Anvar. It is outside 1-2.
It's one benefit of the pandemic, if there are any, is the grass in the outfield has never looked greener or more lush. It's usually chewed up by other teams practicing on it and gym classes and the like.
Be a 1-2 from Anvar, swinging a pop-up foul, and it will get out of play. Well, you really do have to feel for some of these athletes too, because this is a Mamaroneck team. They're 14-1, one of the best teams in Section 1, would have been one of the favorites to win a sectional title, go on to play states. Obviously, the state tournament will not be happening.
Well, just to correct you, they are one of the favorites for the sectional title. They will still be having the sectional tournament, but to your point, there will be no state tournament.
Be another 1-2 from Anvar, swinging a foul straight back.
It actually occurred to me, Seth, that I wouldn't put it past Schiaparelli or Gallegani or any of the Section 1 or even New York State coaches to figure out, once they have the collection of sectional championships, try and put together something that goes on for another week or 2 or 3 to see if they can unofficially just have some games and name a champion.
Be a 1-2 again from Anvar to Kent. It is outside ball 2. Did not miss by much. The Mamaroneck dugout wanted that one. Well, you know, listen, right? This is the second straight year now that the baseball team either was not able to play or is not able to play at the level at which, you know, some of these kids would have wanted to play. And if you're a senior this year, this is your last chance. You want to go out on top. And Mamaroneck 14-1 on the season. That one's high for ball 3. Anvar losing his hat again.
Tried to blow that one by him there.
Well, the biggest height they can reach this year, a sectional title, but that's what they're gunning for. And they're trying to reciprocate after losing yesterday to White Plains over at their field. Payoff pitch on its way, ball 4. So, Steve, we mentioned it now. 4 out of 5 innings. The leadoff hitter has reached base for White Plains. That is the second walk of the game for Bijan Anvar. And we said it last inning. Mamaroneck has gotten lucky. They'll try and dance their way out of trouble once again here in the 5th.
It's a testament to the defense of this Mamaroneck Tigers roster that they've been able to keep that runner from scoring each and every one of those times.
Curveball falls into the zone to Jesse Alfala. Second baseman flew out to right in the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 1 today.
Totally fooled on that breaking ball, had him turning his back to the pitcher thinking he was about to get drilled, and then dropped in for strike 1.
1-1 the count.
Sliding my broadcaster hat over to the side, Seth, and speaking as the father of one of the players whose season was wiped out last year, dating all the way back to the 2008-2009 back-to-back state champion team for Mamaroneck High School. A lot of the parents here on this roster and the players from the class of 2020 really thought that we had the players to have that similar back-to-back championship run, and we were looking forward to it for years. So there are a lot of broken hearts in the area.
Foul back 2-2.
But you take what you get and you don't get upset. That's what we always say to our kids. You get what you get and you don't get upset. And so we just had to move on. They did have a summer season where they went more or less undefeated. My son in particular has moved on to play college football, so he didn't participate in that team. But they have been a fantastic collection of players for several years now.
3-2 the count to Alfala, with Mason Lang waiting on deck for White Plains.
They made the sectional championship in 2018. In 2019, they ran into R.C. Ketchum and Suffern, who ended up facing each other in the sectional championship. And then last year, they were poised for greatness, but had the season canceled. And now this year, they're poised for greatness once again, and it looks like there's very little standing in their way.
It'll be a payoff from Anvar. Runner takes off, swinging and fouled. And I think it was fouled off the catcher, Cringdon, as he hobbles around. So we'll do the payoff once again. So the runner in motion with nobody out. And, you know, we talked about how Marcel Galagani not happy earlier in the game. White Plains having 2 guys caught stealing in the first 2 innings. And trying to put the runner in motion again as the home plate umpire giving Cringdon a chance to recover a little bit after taking that foul tip.
I'm sorry, Seth. I wasn't paying attention. I'm so mesmerized by the frosted tips on the hair of Zach Cringdon. We finally got a chance to see it there, and without a helmet, and just a beautiful salad on that head.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we'll have a 3-2 on its way. Well, we'll have a throwback to first base, checking on the runner, but he's back in there diving head first is the pitcher, Kent.
That satirical comment was a tribute to our brother-in-arms, Ken Reichman, who is known to make the oddball comment here and there, and I was channeling a little Kenny there.
Runner stays this time. It's a ground ball towards short. McIntyre takes the hop, throws to second for 1, on to first. It's a double play again! Back-to-back innings, the Tigers turn it. This time it's a 6-4-3, 2 away.
Galagani is furious there and wants to go over and talk to the umpire. Feels that he was there in time. And he is not pleased at all with that call. It definitely was a bang-bang play. On the high school level, we do not have instant replay review, though, so he's just going to have to live with that call.
Well, our camera guy back here, Nick Gutierrez, saying that he was safe. Well, Marcel Galagani, I'm sorry, is trying to say that he was safe, and there was a 4-letter word used by Galagani as well.
So
let me rephrase that. Our camera guy in center field, Sean Kelly, thought that the base runner was safe, but unfortunately it's the umpire's decision there. Galagani was very unhappy as swing and a miss for strike one to Mason Lang. But and now Galagani going to have a word with Lang.
Well, our cameraman, Nick Gutierrez, can't be trusted as far as we throw him. He's a Scarsdale graduate, so he has no love for either of these Tiger teams. No, I'm just playing. He's a very impartial professional, as Syracuse Newhouse School student. Shout out to the Syracuse University broadcast program.
Nick Gutierrez working the camera here behind home plate, and I think Marcel Galagani has just been thrown out of the game. He is being held back now by assistant coach Glazer, and Galagani is going to take a walk. I believe he was just ejected.
No, I believe actually the comment and the possible objection was intended for one of the fans sitting on the other side of the fence who might have made a comment towards Galagani that got him hot and bothered.
Okay, and that's why Glazer was holding Galagani back from the fans down there. So everyone's got to cool down a little bit. We've seen that in the NBA, actually, where fans have taken it a little bit to the extreme lately. Everybody's seeing live sports for the first time in a long time, and everyone's got to cool it a little bit. So
they're just excited, Seth. They're glad to be back in the competitive field of play.
As that ball is fouled back. Nick Gutierrez working the camera here behind home plate. He is back in the center field camera, showing you the balls and strikes. Rob Moretti back in the truck, making sure we look and sound as good as we do. So glad to be with you here on LMC Media for what has been a fun baseball game. So Galagani not ejected. My apologies there. I thought I saw the umpire make a sign. Maybe he was...
I think he was motioning to the fan saying, I will throw you out.
Yep.
I recognize both of these umpires as having called many games here at Mamaroneck. You have to figure they've called many White Plains games as well. Two of the better umpires that we have in the system here in Section 1.
This game has been well officiated as the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three, side retired. Strikeout number 4 for Bijan Anvar.
Absolutely filthy, Seth.
No runs, no hits, no errors. After the double play, nobody left on. 4.5 in the books here at Manchester Field. It is Mamaroneck 3, White Plains nothing. On LMC Media, Marcel Galagani is still barking as he walks back to the White Plains dugout. Stay with us.
Everywhere you looked, you saw pain and loss.
The situation was dire, and I think we all needed to see some light in the darkness.
If you turned on the TV at night, all you saw were stories of loss and fear.
But on a local level, there was hope. And those were the stories that we wanted to focus on.
LMC stepped in and served as a communication bridge, not only to disseminate important information, but also to uplift our community.
LMC was able to showcase so many heroic acts taking place locally, stories that without hyperlocal media wouldn't have reached a viewing audience.
Welcome to LMC Media and our Community Conversations.
Our Community Conversations pieces were one way to let everyone know that despite all of the terrible tragedies taking place, there were amazing things happening in our community.
People look to those stories for hope and connection. I think that's what's so important. The fact that LMC has kept us all connected.
LMC taught us how to come together digitally. They helped us with every Zoom meeting from the start till now and kept us being able to connect with you.
Bottom half of the 5th inning as Joey Casper swings and misses for strike 1. Against Mark Kent, who's in his 5th inning of work. Well, Sean Riley, our camera guy, out in center field. He thought it was about a step and a half that the runner was safe by in that last inning. And Marcel Galagani, let's just say he agrees with our camera guy, because he used the words you cannot use on TV, and one I will not repeat, to voice his displeasure at the umpire. But either way, the call did stand. That is a looping curveball outside for ball 2.
It had something to do with a rodeo animal, Seth. I think something about a steer or a cow or a bull. Something about that.
That's not the animal that I heard, but I will leave it to everyone's imagination out there. And that's in there for a called strike that counts 2-2. Yeah, he was not happy, but the umpire's decision stands. And White Plains, their deficit remains 3-0 here as we play in the bottom half of the 5th inning, a 7-inning game. So White Plains running out of chances. And that is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Casper will be thrown out at first base on the drop third strike. Second strikeout of the game for Kent. We'll bring up Ryan McIntyre, 0 for 2, with a fly out and a fielder's choice. Back-to-back days, these teams facing off. Back-to-back days. The games have been intense. They've been competitive. They've been well played. As McIntyre looks at a pitch low and outside for ball 1. But this is what you want in high school baseball. 2 good teams going at it. 2 teams with a combined 23 wins. That ball is a frozen rope hit into right center field. It's going to get down into the gap, and it's going to roll all the way to the wall. McIntyre is at second, and he will stop there with a 1-out double.
Smart coaching there by Schiaparelli, holding McIntyre at second base with 1 out, as it looked like the relay was solid and the throw to third base might have been in time to get him. Ryan McIntyre definitely has the speed to get from home plate to third in a flash, but you do not want to make that out and end up with 2 outs and no one on with a scorching hot Boswell at the plate.
Boswell singled and scored in the 2nd inning. Runner takes off for third. It was the hit and run was on. The ball was dropped by the catcher, so McIntyre steals third base, and now Mamaroneck is 90 feet away from adding a 4th run. It's a 3-0 Mamaroneck lead as we play here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So the White Plains infield will come in, trying to cut down the run at the plate. McIntyre, a jersey full of dirt. And the 0-1 delivery is high for ball 1.
One of the tougher things to do as a batter is stay back and leave that curveball up. You never know when it's going to drop in for a strike, and he was lucky that that stayed high.
It'll be a 1-1 on its way. Swing and a miss. High fastball, 1-2 the count. Tigers 3 runs on 7 hits. They've left 4. White Plains so far today, no runs on 4 hits. They've left 3. It'll be a 1-2 on its way to Boswell. Swing and a looper into left field. That will be caught by Dorchak. Coming home is McIntyre. The play at the plate. The throw is wild, and McIntyre dives in head first. And so it is a sac fly for Alex Boswell. Ryan McIntyre scoring the 4th run of the game for Mamaroneck. They lead it 4-0.
Good arm from the left fielder. If that throw was on line, it would have been a play at the plate.
Crington 0 for 2 today, a line out and a ground out. So Crington's hit it hard twice. And the pitch from Kent is a curveball, off-speed pitch in there for strike 1.
Kent has really mixed up his pitch as well. He's been leaning on that curveball, but he's dialed up the fastball just frequently enough to keep these batters on their toes.
That ball is hit in the air to center field, right at Lang, who makes the catch to end the inning. But Mamaroneck scores 1 on the double by McIntyre with a sac fly. 5 full in the books here at Manchester Field. Mamaroneck leading at 4-0 on LMC Media.
Did you know you can watch LMC Media on your Roku in full high definition? Go to streaming channels and search for ScreenWeave. Install the Cablecast ScreenWeave channel. Look for the green icon. Open the channel, scroll to LMC Media, and press OK. Your device will remember your selection in the future. From within the app, you can watch all 3 of LMC's channels live. Or check out municipal and school board meetings, varsity sports, and more on demand.
Thank you for watching LMC Varsity Sports. We hope to continue this service of streaming our school's varsity sports matches, but we can only do this with your support. Visit lmcmedia.org/donate and make your contribution today and keep this program going.
Top half of the 6th inning about to get underway here at Manchester Field. Tigers of Mamaroneck leading at 4-0. These two teams a combined record of 24-4 this season. White Plains coming in at 10-3, Mamaroneck 14-1. Teddy Hauser, Declan Brutton, and Johnny Myers will bat here for White Plains. First pitch is grounded up the middle. McIntyre fields and fires. 1 pitch and 1 out. As Teddy Hauser now 1 for 2 with a walk on the day. That'll bring up Brutton, the shortstop, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a 4-6-3 double play.
He's had his hands full in the field, as you mentioned, Seth, but he's done his level best and made some really sharp plays.
Nice play there by McIntyre as well. As that ball is hit to center, ranging over is Pavemba. 2 pitches, 2 outs for Anvar here in the 6th. So Mamaroneck 4 outs away from clinching their 15th victory of the season. And that'll bring up Johnny Myers, who's 1 for 2 with a ground out and a single.
A little bit of activity in the bullpen as the fireballer Brian Albert is poised to close this game if Anvar needs relief, but he has been pitching very well despite getting himself in some trouble.
There's a strike in the count, 0-1, so will not be a 3-pitch inning for Anvar.
Myers will be going on to play college hockey next season. Still waiting on word where he's committed.
Being 0-1 on its way. He looks at it for strike 2. Anvar quickly ahead of Johnny Myers, 0-2.
So no college commits on the baseball team this season for White Plains, but definitely some fantastic athletes on that roster.
It'll be an 0-2 delivery on its way. Swung on and fouled out of play down the third base line.
Brian Albert in the bullpen was an all-section honorable mention this year for football. He played tackle football in 4th grade and then didn't pick it up again until his junior year of high school, and he has been a fantastic addition.
In the dirt, 1-2. We talked about Chris McGuire, who's on deck for White Plains. He was the running back on the football team.
And then the only other football player for Mamaroneck is Chris DeVito, who, as we mentioned, is sitting out today's game, 2nd consecutive game he'll be missing. He did not play football in the abbreviated New York State Fall 2 season that preceded this baseball season because he wanted to stay healthy for baseball, as he'll be playing next year at the University of Richmond for the Spiders. Joey Casper is committed to Iona College in New Rochelle. He'll be a Gale for Coach Panic, playing with the Nine Who Shine honoree Anthony Febo, the catcher for Carmel. And then Anvar will be at Franklin and Marshall College next season, pitching for the Diplomats. And Ben Wexler, the other pitcher, is going to Washington and Lee to play college baseball.
It'll be a 2-2 from Anvar, swinging a ground ball hit towards second. Boswell fields and throws to first to end a 1-2-3 inning. 5.5 in the books. Mamaroneck leading it 4-0 on LMC Media.
Large Mamba Mamaroneck, this is your media center. Live mobile production van. In-studio recording. Podcasting. Social media. In your schools. Watching your government. With your neighbors. LMC Media. Building community through media.
Need technical support for your next meeting or presentation? LMC Media offers full-service meeting management virtually, in real life, or a hybrid of both. Our staff can run your meeting or webinar, set up for in-person audiences to interact, or provide a professional space for you to stream. Contact us for more information at info@lmcmedia.org.
Bottom of the 6th inning here at Manchester Field. Mamaroneck with a 4-0 lead. Marquette back out there for his 6th inning of work. First pitch to Marone was ball 1. Second pitch is popped in the air behind second base into shallow center field. Ranging over is the right fielder Myers to make the catch. 1 away.
Good job on the major league pop-up there for the right fielder to range all the way over and make that play at the last second.
So that will bring the right fielder Mac Morgan to the plate. 1 for 2 today, a pop out and a single. Still second and scored in the 4th. Chops foul into the screen in front of the Mamaroneck dugout, 0-1.
A little oddity, Seth, that I'll mention now in case we don't have an actual play between the two of them. The two center fielders for today's game, the White Plains Tiger and the Mamaroneck Tiger, are both cousins.
Mason Lang in center for White Plains. George Pavemba patrolling center for Mamaroneck, and that is hit towards center. A perfectly timed story by Stephen Astis as Lang makes the catch for the second out.
The only thing that could have made that better was if Pavemba was at the plate.
So Elias will step up to the plate now after the first 2 batters are retired on flyouts. Only 2 strikeouts in the game for Kent. Mamaroneck been putting the ball in play. Defense been pretty good for White Plains, though. No errors. As that one is chopped. It hit the batter in the foot, so it is strike 1.
That's always one of those funny moments. You know that the batter isn't going anywhere because he knows it hit his foot, but everyone else reacted because the ball went into fair territory, and he's sort of standing around looking at everyone like, why are you all making a big deal out of this? It's a foul ball. Until the ump screamed foul, everyone was acting like it was a ball in play.
0-1 from Kent. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Elias swings a heavy bat. He's had several frozen ropes this season. Let's see if he can get a hold of one and send it over the right field wall. He sure would love a home run right here.
He sends one towards center field. That will get down for a 2-out single. It gets behind the center fielder, Lang, who misplayed it, but Elias will stay at first with a single.
Guess that took a funky bounce off maybe a tuft of weed or something out there in center field, but no damage done on the misplay.
We're going to get a pinch runner here for Elias.
Nate Perez coming on, the junior outfielder. Big hitter himself, but also a speedster on the base paths.
So Perez now leading off at first as Simon Worth steps up into the right-handed batter's box, looks at a pitch high and inside for ball 1. Worth put down a perfect safety squeeze in the 4th inning. That got Mamaroneck their 3rd run of the game. They would add one more in the 5th. 2-run homer by Zach Marone in the 2nd. He mentioned the safety squeeze in the 3rd, a double and a sac fly in the 5th. The double by McIntyre, sac fly by Boswell. That is the scoring for Mamaroneck. Eight hits for the Tigers on their 4 runs, trying to add on here in the 6th. And the pitch to Worth is a swing and a miss, strike 1.
Good cut at that low pitch there, just swung right over the top of it. Those extra insurance runs in the 4th and 5th innings, Seth, could really come in handy here on the butt.
That ball is blooped behind second. Ranging back is Alfala to make the catch and end the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. 6 full in the books at Manchester Field. Mamaroneck trying to close out a 4-0 win when we get back on LMC Media.
Do you have a great idea for a YouTube video or a short film, but don't know how to make it happen? LMC Media has what you need. Our equipment cage is stocked with professional quality cameras, tripods, lighting, sound, cabling, and more. Our 768 square foot studio features a full lighting grid, wraparound green screen, teleprompter, TriCaster, and high definition cameras. To reserve equipment, contact us at reserve@lmcmedia.org.
Top of the 7th inning, last licks for White Plains. They got to get 4 runs to tie the game against Anvar. New first baseman in for Mamaroneck is Jake Bransfield. It'll be the cleanup hitter McGuire batting for White Plains. They've had the leadoff hitter on quite a few times today, have not been able to get him home. Their pitch is low for ball 1. They've had the leadoff hitter on in 4 of the 6 innings. In the 1st inning, the leadoff hitter was a walk. He was caught stealing. 2nd inning, it was McGuire as he gets hit by the pitch. So now 5 out of 7 innings, the leadoff hitter is on. That was a hit by pitch, not a walk, I should say. Hit by pitch for McGuire. He reached base to begin the 2nd inning. He was caught stealing. Teddy Hauser singled to lead off the 4th Then the next hitter hit into a double play, and then a leadoff walk to Kent in the 5th inning was erased by a double play as well. So White Plains has not had luck with these leadoff hitters on base, as now they look to try to scratch something across in the 7th inning.
The most amazing statistic coming out of all that, Seth, is that Anvar only has 74 pitches here in the 7th inning.
Line drive right off the building, right above us, and it is strike one.
You would think with all those leadoff runners getting on base that he would be grinding and working through each inning and would have a much higher pitch count and might have even been forced out of the game, but here he is.
We've seen a lot of first pitch strikes in this game, which has certainly helped in that instance.
Well, as I mentioned, he is a strike thrower, and he is a very economical pitcher, which will serve him well in the college ranks, especially here in high school.
There'll be a 1-1 pitch on its way. That's another one fouled off right above our camera, off the building. So Diaz making solid contact, but unable to keep it fair. It'll be a 1-2 count. Nobody out top of the 7th. McGuire was hit by a pitch to lead off the inning. And time is called by the home plate umpire. We figured out, Steve, what happened when the umpire and Galagani looked like they were getting into it. There was a fan down near the Mamaroneck dugout that was chirping.
At Galagani.
At Galagani, who...
They did not like him arguing that call at first base, which it seems he was right.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 away. So Diaz, the 5th strikeout victim of the game for Anvar. And that will bring Dorchak up to the plate.
So
no, he's actually going to get pinch hit for it. It's going to be Joe Salerno coming up to bat for White Plains.
So regarding Anvar's pitch count, another interesting element of it is that he's only thrown 64% strikes in this game. Now, you want to be somewhere in the 60s, maybe the low 70s. If you're higher than that, then you're leaving too many pitches over the plate, and batters will climb it up and tee off on it.
So first pitch to Salerno is ball 1.
But with that kind of low strike percentage, not that low, but on the lower end of an acceptable strike percentage, you would think his pitch count would be much higher. But it is a testament to the defense of Mamaroneck that they've been able to wipe these batters off the bases.
1-1 the count. So Mark Kent, the pitcher for White Plains, 6 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts, and of course the 1 home run. 77 pitches for Kent. 2-1 the count. No runs across for White Plains today. They've only got 4 hits, a pair of walks, and 5 strikeouts for Anvar.
And Kent has only faced 4 more batters than Anvar.
It'll be a 2-1 to Salerno, and it is off the plate for ball 3.
A little bit of symmetry there as the score is 4-0.
Chris McGuire leading off first for White Plains. It'll be a 3-1 on its way. It is low, ball 4. So White Plains 2 on and 1 out. And we talked about Kent's pitching line. He'll have a chance to improve his hitting line now. He's 0 for 1 with a walk today.
Interestingly, no activity now in the Mamaroneck bullpen.
Well, we talked about Anvar's pitch count is not high, and he has been very good.
Early in the season, Section 1 actually did have a limit on the pitcher's max pitch count, but that is no longer the case.
Pinch runner at first for White Plains. Nope, it actually is still Dorchak over there. So now Dorchak is back running for Salerno.
Right.
Fouled off.
Obviously indicating that Dorchak is the better base runner, while Galagani wanted to get Dorchak's Salerno's bat in the lineup there. Give him an opportunity, see if he can knock someone around.
In there for a called strike, and the count's 0-2. So 2 on, 1 out. Kent is at the plate for White Plains, trying to keep it alive for him here with 1 out in the inning. White Plains trailing 4-0.
And just like I had said, Seth, the 4th and 5th inning had Mamaroneck played a run each inning, and those runs are proving pivotal here now as there are 2 runners on, and Anvar can continue to pitch comfortably, not worried about having the lead run at the plate.
And that last pitch did not miss by much. What we talked about at bottom of the 3rd inning, Tigers loaded the bases, did not scratch across a run.
Which
top
Tigers?
Of the 4th inning, the Mamaroneck Tigers, I should say, of course, in the bottom of the
Yes.
And then on top of the 4th, White Plains loaded the bases, could not get anybody across. And that one is hit down the right field line. It's going to be in foul territory, and it's going to be out of play. But that was that might have been the ball game for White Plains there. They had bases loaded with 2 outs, and Dorchak struck out swinging on the high fastball to end the inning, and that was the key moment of the game.
Definitely the pivotal moment. That foul ball made it about 15 feet into the high jump or the long jump pit.
The 1-2 delivery is a foul tip, I believe. Nope, it was not tipped. It just got away from the catcher, Crington. That allows both runners to advance.
That sound effect we heard sounded like it hit the bat, but it obviously was a clip on the leather of the catcher's glove.
So now runners on 2nd and 3rd. Those runs are meaningless. It's a 4-0 Mamaroneck lead here in the 7th inning. And a 2-2 count. So the infield is playing back right now. The goal is to not allow another base runner. You don't want to bring the tying run to the plate. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 away. 6th strikeout of the game for Bijan Anvar. And Mamaroneck is 1 out away from win number 15 on the season.
The pass ball took the double play out of the equation for White Plains, but now Anvar getting that strikeout puts the control back in his hands as he can end it here at the plate.
Chopped foul there by Jesse Alfala. Looks like Edgar Muniz is on deck for White Plains if Alfala is able to reach. 6 strikeouts for Anvar today, all of them swinging. Couple of walks, a hit by pitch as well, but no runs across for White Plains. He's trying to keep up his complete game shutout, and the 0-1 delivery is in there for a called strike, and Mamaroneck is 1 strike away.
You just know that Anvar wants to end this with a complete game shutout. So he'll be dialing up something nasty here.
It'll be an 0-2 delivery. Rhythmic clapping from the fans, and the pitch is outside.
See, now I'm tempted to go to the other best baseball movie, Major League. Forget about the curveball. Give him the heater.
That's what these fans want with a 1-2, 2 out, 2 on. Anvar to the plate. Outside, 2-2.
Trying to get a little cute here. Let's see if he dials it up here. Now the count is even. 2-2, 2 outs. Top of the 7th, 4-0 Mamaroneck. Anvar has been in control all game, even when he's been threatened.
It'll be a 2-2. Swing at a fly ball in the air to right. Morgan is there. He races in to make the catch and end the ball game. Mamaroneck wins it 4-0. A well-played game, a complete game shutout for Bijan Anvar. Only 4 hits allowed, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. A fantastic pitching performance, and Mamaroneck wins it by a 4-0 final score.
Sweet revenge for Mamaroneck, avenging their only loss of the season to this White Plains team that they lost to yesterday in extra innings. Now they've got New Rochelle, Mount Vernon, and Scarsdale left on their schedule. Obvious heavy favorites in each of those contests. So it looks like Mamaroneck will be cruising to a 1-loss season headed in to the playoffs. The only thing left now, Seth, is to shore up their health, get DeVito back on the field. Maybe they can even find some innings for Joey Casper, who is going to pitch for Iona, even though he's been playing third base for them, for Mamaroneck, all season long. So Schiaparelli does have some work to do here as they come near the end of the regular season.
For Mamaroneck, 4 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. They left on 5. For White Plains, no runs, 4 hits, no errors. They left 5. Game took an hour and 48 minutes here at Manchester Field. Glad you were with us for it. Our executive director at LMC TV is Matt Sullivan. Community sports producer is Rob Moretti. Thanks as well to our camera guys today, Sean Riley and Nick Gutierrez. Join us again tomorrow here on LMC Media when the Rhinebeck baseball team takes on Briarcliff. First pitch time is scheduled for right around 4:30. You can watch the game on LMC Media, streaming on lmcmedia.org, and of course streaming as well on the LMC Varsity Sports YouTube page. Now for Stephen Astis, this is Seth Rothman saying thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good night.